What's up, meta nerds? This video will pull from every resource available to completely understand one of the most interesting droid characters in all of Star Wars. C-3PX started out as a standard 3PX series protocol droid, striding off the assembly line in one of Cybot Galactica's main factories. Designed for use in the Outer Rim, the 3PX series struggled to compete with the company's more popular 3PO series droids. Over the years, he went through multiple owners and rebuilds before eventually falling into the hands of Darth Maul in 33BBY. Initially, Maul had little interest in a droid companion and intended to use 3PX only for handling tedious tasks like customs checks and dealing with port authorities. Though after some thought, he saw the potential to turn a ubiquitous and overlooked semi-comical droid into a formidable assistant and assassin. Maul overhauled C-3PX, upgrading its plating, installing defensive lasers, and embedding a staggering 83 concealed weapons within its joints and arms. Among its arsenal were retractable lasers, a repeating blaster, and a rear-firing laser cannon, allowing it to engage threats from multiple angles. For more specialized attacks, the droid carried retractable dart shooters, a missile launcher, and a fusion cutter, giving it options in both close quarters combat and ranged engagements. A concealed gas canister provided another layer of tactical advantage, capable of deploying chemical agents when needed. It also had smuggling compartments for discreetly transporting items, as well as infrared photoreceptors for enhanced vision. A broadband antenna receiver allowed it to intercept and process a wide range of signals, further enhancing its intelligence gathering capabilities. And to ensure minimal disruption, Maul also programmed the droid to only speak when absolutely necessary, mainly to report issues with his ship, and likely based off his experiences with 3PO droids. During Maul's missions, 3PX was often left aboard his customized ship Scimitar, serving as its silent and lethal guardian. On one operation in the Assisia system, Maul and the droid infiltrated the Bartok stronghold on Raltir, aiming to dismantle their pirate network preying on the Trade Federation. After Maul's defeat on Naboo at the hands of Jedi Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, the droid, along with Maul's starship Scimitar, was seized by a Republic investigation team, though Palpatine intervened, ensuring that any sensitive information stored within the droid remained undiscovered. To protect Maul's secrets, Palpatine ordered 3PX's memory wiped before passing the droid into the hands of a rising tech genius, Wraith Sinar, from the family that gave us Sinar Fleet Systems, and of course the TIE Fighter. Under Sinar's control, 3PX underwent a major transformation, repurposed into a sophisticated espionage droid. Outfitted with a new exterior plating, he once again took on the unassuming appearance of a standard 3PO series protocol droid. His photoreceptors were upgraded to infrared vision, though this would somewhat give him away with a sinister red eye glow, replacing the original yellow tint. He also installs more smuggling compartments, but now these are lined with sensor-baffling materials, so that it could better transport contraband or weaponry through even the best scanning devices at checkpoints. And it was within Republic Sinar systems where he first operated as a covert agent. But this is before the Clone Wars, and when the war breaks out in 22BBY, the droid found himself repurposed once more, this time serving the Grand Army of the Republic as a specialized spy unit. He would survive the entire war, though most of the details appear to be classified. With the rise of the Galactic Empire, he was reassigned as Imperial property, placed under the command of Admiral Terranold Screed on the planet Rune. There he was relegated to a variety of mundane tasks, a far cry from his previous role as a galaxy-trotting super spy. Dissatisfied with this existence, 3PX abandoned Screed and sought a new purpose all on his own. He eventually ended up in the service of the Intergalactic Droid Agency, where he became a rental unit for various clients. But each time he was leased out, his memory was wiped again, ensuring he had no recollection of his past service under Sinar, the Republic, or the Empire. One of the many people who rented C-3PX was Oleg Grek, who stumbled upon the droid while browsing the inventory at the IDA. Something about the droid's outwardly harmless protocol unit appearance struck him as a deception. Grek suspected that C-3PX had once possessed far more dangerous, possibly illegal functions. Sensing an opportunity, he claimed the droid for himself and took him to Hosk Station, a massive space station orbiting the latest of Kalarba's moons. There, Grek sought out a skilled but unscrupulous technician who was able to restore the droid to his true lethal potential. Under Grek's orders, the technician outfitted the droid with an array of assassination tools, including multiple retractor lasers, dart shooters, and fusion cutters. A small laser device was even installed into the droid's head for precision attacks. To give 3PX a distinctive and unmistakable look, Grek had his faceplate marked with a large black X. Completely reprogrammed as a ruthless bounty hunter and assassin, 3PX took to his new role with chilling efficiency. unaware that he had been given a similar programming decades earlier by Darth Maul. His first mission under Grek's control took him to the world of Bonadon, where strict planetary laws forbade the possession of weapons. Using his concealed smuggling compartments, 3PX successfully snuck a weapon into the surface and carried out his mission: the assassination of Vojak's brother, though what made him such a high-value target is unknown. Another hit, carried out on Rampa 3, also ended in success. Each time, Grek collected the bounties and reaped the rewards for himself. But 3PX's growing reputation as a deadly killer soon drew the attention of the Empire. The authorities placed a bounty on the droid, with wanted posters circulating throughout Hosk Station. Despite this, few dared to challenge him. His fearsome reputation ensured that even with a price on his head, he could still walk the streets unopposed. On Hosk Station, the droids R2-D2 and C-3PO, along with their master Baron Pitarizi, made their way toward the largest city on the station. Their destination was a meeting with Nak Pitarizi, the Baron's grandson. To C-3PO's dismay, the Baron took the fastest, yet roughest possible route, jostling the protocol droid relentlessly, and upon arriving, 3PO attempted to step off the speeder, but due to his internal gyroscope being thrown off balance, he tumbled to the ground, cracking his faceplate in the process. Insisting that the damage be repaired, he convinced the Baron to provide funds for a fix. Unfortunately, the repair shop C-3PO selected did a crude job, merely patching the damage with a large black X across the puncture. And while 3PO was distracted with his repairs, R2-D2 was stolen by Grek, who was the former owner of both of these droids. Oblivious to this, 3PO sets out to find his missing companion, only to be met with the frightening reactions from pedestrians who all run away at the sight of him. Unbeknownst to him, his hasty repair job made him look eerily similar to the infamous assassin droid 3PX. All this time, the true 3PX was on Hosk Station, en route to meet his own master Ola Grek. Along the way, he encountered Nak Pitarizi, who mistook him for 3PO. Offended by the comparison to a simple 3PO unit, the droid nearly blew a circuit in outrage and stormed off. Throughout the city, 3PO continued to experience panicked reactions from those that saw him, still unaware that people were mistaking him for the notorious assassin droid. Eventually, Nak managed to track him down, and after retrieving a wanted poster of 3PX, he pointed out this eerie similarity. Just as realization set in, Grek arrived, who also thought 3PO was the deadly droid. Without hesitation, he disabled 3PO with a suppressor tube and hauled him off to his illegal droid death matches, leaving a bewildered Nak behind. Meanwhile, 3PX found himself face to face with Vojak, a man furious over the death of his brother. Having figured out that 3PX was responsible, Vojak correctly deduced that the assassin droid's concealed weaponry had played a role in his brother's murder. Instead of doing the smart thing and trying to use some explosive or ranged weapon, he made the fatal mistake of confronting 3PX directly. The droid initially tried to avoid violence, but when escape proved impossible, he activated his hidden rear-facing laser and incinerated Vojak on the spot, leaving nothing but a pile of smoldering ash, joining his fallen brother in the Force. Shortly after this, Nak approached 3PX, desperate for help in rescuing 3PO. Seeing an opportunity for revenge against Grek, the assassin droid agreed and led Nak to the criminal's hideout. Inside, Grek, masquerading under the alias Molo, had already thrown a modified R2-D2 into the arena, outfitting him with a Mandalorian battle harness. But despite the enhancements, R2 refused to fight any of the droids sent against him, much to the frustration of all the gathered spectators. To salvage the match, Grek forced 3PO into the arena. By this point, a technician who had worked on the protocol droid earlier that day, exposing him as nothing more than a standard protocol unit, instead of the feared and deadly 3PX. Grek, unimpressed but still determined to put on a show, ordered R2 to fight 3PO, and this time, under direct threat, with no other choice, R2 attacked his longtime companion. 3PX arrived just in time to confront Oleg Grek, questioning his motives for turning yet another droid into a killer. The assassin droid laments the path Grek had forced him upon, now coming to hate the fact that he was programmed for violence. Though this conversation was cut short when 3PO was suddenly hurled into the room, likely the result of a powerful strike from R2 in his Mandalorian battle harness. At that moment, 3PX had a realization. No matter which path he chose, his fate would ultimately end in destruction. Accepting this, he decided to take 3PO's place in the arena. As he entered, he dramatically revealed his full arsenal of hidden weaponry, momentarily putting on a fine show before ceasing all movement. Rather than fight, he stood still, waiting for the inevitable. A massive blow from one of the battle harness's crushing hammers smashed him into the arena's floor, bringing his operational existence to an end. 3PX's refusal to defend himself left Ola Grek in shock. He couldn't understand why the droid had willingly accepted its destruction, but before he could dwell on it further, Hosk's security forces stormed the arena, forcing him to flee. As he escaped, he vowed revenge against Knack and the two droids. Despite the brutal fight, 3PO survived and was repaired, while a remorseful R2 tried to explain his actions, perhaps being drunk with that Mando power. And with Grek's departure and the security forces taking control, the illegal droid battles were presumably shut down for good.